He pushed him. He pushed him. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. A lot of people wanted to know my thoughts. Devin Haney pushes Vasyl Lomachenko at the ceremonial weigh-in. Interesting. Stick around to the end. I got some things to say throughout this video. So, first of all, let me explain to you what went on. This was a ceremonial weigh-in, meaning they had already made weight. Devin Haney and Vasyl Lomachenko did an AM weigh-in behind closed doors in a private setting, similar to what the UFC does. So both fighters made weight. Lomachenko was the heavier one, surprisingly. He was 135. Devin Haney, according to a video from ES News, Lomachenko said it took 2 or 3 tries for Devin Haney to make weight. Then he made weight and came in at like 134. Maybe he had to get naked, I don't know. But Lomachenko was saying he had to weigh in 3 times. So usually that's when the fighter has to strip down or remove something out their pockets or whatever. Devin Haney did touch the scales at that private weigh-in, and he weighed 134.9 when he made the weight. So I said that to say this weigh-in, the one that had the public and the crowd and the cameras and paparazzi and all that, that was just for show, because they had again made weight earlier in the day. So similar to what the UFC does. If you don't understand what I'm saying by now, then I can't help you. So after it was announced that both fighters earlier had made the weight, Devin Haney got off the scale. Then they lined them up to do a face-off. And during the face-off, they first were facing the crowd. Then Devin Haney and Lomachenko, I guess, were instructed or decided to do an actual face-off. Devin Haney at first was just staring and glaring at Lomachenko. And then out of nowhere, he started talking. Regular stuff. Okay, he said, "You too small, you too small." Lomachenko, "You too little." And Lomachenko, I did not see him say one word. And out of nowhere, Devin Haney pushed him all the way off the screen because it was unexpected. So a lot of the cameras had a difficult time capturing it because they were in for a tighter shot. And then all of a sudden you see Lomachenko fly off screen and get pushed in the chest. Say it with your chest. So my thoughts, I mean, from the angle of fans like that type of stuff. They see someone get pushed and maybe it somewhat increases the interest or gets the last minute buys. If people are on the fence about getting the pay-per-view, then maybe they'll do it because they see the drama, you know, like Triple G said, big drama show. Speaking of pay-per-views, use my link in the description to order this fight. As you guys know, on my channel, I've partnered with ESPN Plus. Use my link in the description. It costs you nothing extra if you're ordering Haney versus Lomachenko. You're gassed up, you want to see it, click my link. It's in the description of all of my recent videos. In addition, you can find it on my Twitter. It's a pinned tweet or my link tree. Use that. It helps the channel so I can continue to put out the best in the business, fire content. And I got a lot of stuff lined up. So I look forward to you guys using my link and look forward to having a great watch party. We will do the Haney versus Lomachenko watch party. So make sure you guys hit the notification for that. So back to this melee and this fracas. You had Devin Haney, he was talking a little trash. He said, "You too small for me." Loma says nothing. He's just looking at him like, yeah, all right. And he's smirking at best. And then Devin Haney pushes him. And then, you know, the commission looks like, what the Hey, I ain't gonna front. When Devin Haney pushed him, the faces of like the top ranked girl and the commission dude, it was so funny because no one again expected that. It just kind of came out of nowhere. And Devin Haney kind of beelined it, walked the opposite direction. They interviewed Lomachenko and they interviewed Devin Haney. As far as Lomachenko, he didn't really seem to be rattled by it. And he said he could tell by Devin Haney's push that he has no power. So even after being pushed would look to most people as hard, he still was taunting Devin Haney saying, "I can feel you had no power." Here's what he had to say. Roll the clip.
Because he is mine. Now he is mine. He don't have a power.
Oh, you felt his power?
Yes. Yes.
Nothing much?
I felt it. I felt it.
Why do you think that he shoved you?
Because he's scared. He's scared.
That's the first time you said that to me. What changes?
Because I see it right now. I see right now, and 100%.
So that was Vasyl Lomachenko and his reaction to being pushed. And if I'm being honest, I got to say Lomachenko, he took it on the chin and he didn't really seem rattled, despite, you know, some people would look at that like, oh, I got embarrassed because he wasn't able to swing back on Devin Haney or anything like that. So, you know, some would say that Lomachenko handled it pretty well. Now, my reaction to the push, I really thought it was out of character, you know, and I know some people, I don't know what people think, but on my channel, I got to give it to you real. I thought it was out of character. I mean, for a couple reasons. For starters, this weigh-in wasn't even the real weigh-in, meaning, as I said throughout the video, earlier in the video, they had already made weight. So usually what I've seen from covering several fights, I mean, Mayweather McGregor and Crawford Undisputed and Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia, 50,000, all these fights I covered, usually what I've seen from boxers or knowing boxers is you get guys that are irritable when they hit the scales because they're starving and they've flattened out and dehydrated their bodies. But that really wasn't the case for Devin Haney and Lomachenko, seeing how they did an AM weigh-in. So let me say that again. Devin Haney and Lomachenko made weight at like 8 a.m. and this again was just a ceremonial public weigh-in for show. So they already, by the time before Lomachenko and Devin Haney stepped on the scale, they already knew they had made the weight and they already knew how much they weighed. So you've already eaten by this time, and I can tell they've both eaten based on the fullness in their face. Like you look at Devin Haney in the Kambosos fight and look at him on the actual scale versus this, which was done differently, similar to the UFC. So it was just out of nowhere, to be honest. Like Devin Haney, like he couldn't have been like irritable from food. So maybe it was premeditated. Maybe it was, he just wanted to show total disrespect for Lomachenko, but it just seemed a little bit more contrived. Like, I don't know. I can't tell you Devin Haney's reason or rationale for doing, but it seemed a bit off to me. And I'm not really anti the funk or the smoke at a weigh-in, like, but you got fights like Terrence Crawford and Jose Benavidez. They really didn't like each other. Like they, throughout the whole campaign, it was trash talking. If you remember, Terrence Crawford famously said, focus on your fight before you don't make it to your fight. And this was before they were even scheduled to fight, right? So when Jose Benavidez pushed him at the weigh-in, I was there. And then when Terrence Crawford took a lunge and swing at him, to me, that really seemed appropriate because they had showed that the tempers were flaring every time that they encountered each other. Or I'm trying to think of other fights. Terrence Crawford, Hank Lundy. The bad blood seemed very apparent. And Rolly being pushed off by Gervonta Davis. Like, I mean, you could tell at the press conferences, they did two of them. They didn't really like each other. So all these other fights, Ryan Garcia and Tank, I can understand. And it seemed a little bit more in place. Tank is like, Ryan Garcia, you know, he not on my level. He was trash talking the whole entire time. But when it comes to Vasyl Lomachenko and Devin Haney, it was a bit different because there's BTS footage of them walking in the hallways and talking. I mean, even though Devin Haney was roasting him, saying you're a dirty fighter, it was still amicable. It wasn't like fisticuffs. It wasn't like they're, you know, 50 Cent and Ja Rule. And then they had a sit down face-to-face interview with Christina Poncher and everything was cool. And then again, as I said earlier, this really wasn't a true weigh-in, meaning you hadn't had a chance to eat, so you were just highly on edge and irritable, you know, and your emotions and temper flew. So I don't know, maybe it's more of a personal chip. Devin Haney doesn't like the fact that he waited 4 years. I'm just telling you my opinion from the outside looking in, and it's going to be interesting. Devin Haney kind of rattled the bull. The last thing I'll say about the face-off that was a bit odd for me is I feel like you got to pick a side and keep it there. Like Nip said, he said, pick a side, got to keep it there. Switching up, look at where, right? You got to kind of pick a side. Devin Haney was trash talking Lomachenko and saying, you too little, you too small. Loma really wasn't biting on the trash talk. He didn't seem fazed by it, wasn't saying anything back. And then you also, you know, go double heel and then push him. So it just seemed kind of it just seemed out of place versus some of the other examples I gave you with Terrence Crawford. You knew it was going to be bad blood at the weigh-in. You knew with Tank it was going to be bad blood at the weigh-in because of how the whole promotion was, you know, but these two have been pretty amicable. You know, both fighters have said their little piece about you're a dirty fighter. Loma said Devin talks too much, but it didn't really seem like something. So it kind of reminded me of when Canelo and Danny Jacobs, they were on FaceTime together for the promotion of the fight. But then when it got to the weigh-in, you know, they're pushing each other. And it just seemed like you're maybe trying to push for theatrics or to get under the skin. I don't know, but I don't think Lomachenko bit on it. So I don't know if him being pushed really made sense to me. But again, I'm not Devin Haney, and the fight's tomorrow. I can't wait for it. If anything, this helped enhance, you know, people's perception of it. And I will say, in all honesty, in all fairness, Lomachenko seemed to take it pretty well. Let me know how you took the whole push situation. Devin Haney, Lomachenko. Use my link in the description to order the fight. Helps the channel, and I'll definitely be tapped in. Let me know how you guys feel about it, and I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.